Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. Let's talk about our life journeys. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's life is different, right? The struggles, the pros, the cons, the positives, the negatives are very different. We learn a lot from our experiences, right? From our life journeys or from our lives. The good experience, the bad experience which we get in our lives, we learn a lot from them and we recover from it and we learn from it and we grow. So let's take this topic and talk about it in English. So this is another speaking session which I am going to take up, and the only motive of these speaking sessions is to help you start taking up common general conversational topics so as to gain confidence and fluency while speaking in English. You can start practicing it on your own, and later on you can just start talking about it with your friends, relatives and other people, strangers, colleagues, everybody else, slowly and gradually once you're confident, once you're fluent in speaking about it. So these are very general common conversational topics. You can just start a conversation with these topics. You can talk about it while having a conversation with people. When people are sharing about their experiences and talking about these topics, you can also share it with them. So this will help you to start speaking in English on these conversational topics so that it's easier for you to start speaking in English with people anywhere, anytime, on any topic, fluently and confidently. So guys, on that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. But if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comments section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. And guys, again, time and again, I've reminded you about my comment section. It is open, it is exclusively for you. Start sharing your thoughts, start expressing yourself in English on this platform. Let's do it. Now let's get back to the topic. So talking about our life journeys or our experiences, how do we start talking about it? What is that we should start speaking about, right? Whether we are in 20s, whether we are in 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s or later, right? We have so many years of experience, right? We have to talk about the entire thing. If probably I'm 60-year-old or 65-year-old, I have 65 years of experience to talk about it. But that doesn't mean that I have to give a 10, 15, 20, half an hour speech, right? When somebody has asked you about your life experience, or if somebody has asked you about your experience related to anything in your life, you cannot give a lecture. You cannot start giving a speech about whatever has happened in your life. No. So that is why I'm taking up this topic, to help you out with what relevant information you need to share and how you can talk about it. That is my main objective. Okay, so here there are lots of questions which are asked to talk about it, or we ask people to talk about our life experiences. Like, how are things so far? How has been your life experience? Do you want to share some of your life experiences with us? What did you learn from your life? How did you grow in your career? How is your personal life? How is your professional life? Lots of things people ask about, which indirectly or indirectly is related to our life experiences, right? We do have to talk about it, which is related to our life. So any of these questions can come up and we should know how to answer it. So let's take up a simple question. How is life treating you? Let's take up this question. How is life treating you so far? And let's talk about it. The first part, I'm going to take up very general common things I'm going to talk about, my life. Or you can take up something particular also. Okay, let's give an example. So far, life has been a roller coaster ride. It is full of good, bad experiences and a lot of learnings also. I've actually enjoyed this journey a lot. This journey has shaped my thought, my personality, and what I am today. Okay, so this is in general, I've just spoken about how life has been so far. Right? It was a roller coaster ride. Of course, there's lots of ups and downs in your life. It is bound to happen. Everybody's life is not very smooth. And if it is smooth also, it's good. Right? So in general, you can talk about it. You can just describe it in a nutshell. Right? Now coming to the next part, we can take up anything particular about our life which we want to talk about. Or else we can talk about the good part and the bad part also, or the experiences or the learnings we have come across during our journey. So we can talk about that as well. Like for example, I'll take up my education here. Okay, so probably part 2, I'm going to describe it 2 different ways so that it's easier for you to understand what you can take up and how you can take up things and you can talk about it. Okay, as I said, I can't describe about everything which has happened in my life. There are lots of things which has happened related to my career, related to my education, related to my personal life, related to my professional life, etc. So we can't talk about all of it. So we have to choose. We have to be particular about what we need to say. So for example, here I'm going to talk about my education. So I'll say, till date, the toughest part of my life was choosing a degree. So I was a medical aspirant. I tried giving a lot of medical exams also, but unfortunately I was not able to qualify. I didn't give up on my dreams. I started exploring the next closest or possible thing which I would be interested in doing or getting into. So the next promising thing was biotechnology. So I got into biotechnology. I did my graduation in biotechnology. Then after my graduation, again the same thing came to me, that what next? Again, I was very much confused because, it was a shift from medical to biotechnology and again from biotechnology to what? So we all were very confused. A lot of people in my batch also were there. My friends were also there and we all were looking for options. Again, we landed up in doing our MBA with biotechnology as a specialization. So we opted for it because there was no other choice, honestly. So we opted for MBA in biotechnology. But when we landed in MBA, the first year was great. But the second year, we have to choose a specialization like marketing, HR, international business, finance, etc. And then we came to know that it was a scam basically. Now here, when you choose your specialization, you have to get into that field. So we thought that biotechnology will be a field which we are choosing here in MBA, but that was not the case. So we ended up in choosing our own specializations then. And I chose HR, which made a base for my career actually. When I was trying to shape my education, when I was trying to get a degree, I was quite lost. I didn't had any idea what to do next. So every step I have to think about what should I choose. So after my 12th, I wanted to get into medical, but I got into biotechnology. Again, after my graduation, I again landed up in the same situation, what to do next. And again, I landed up in MBA, doing MBA with biotechnology. But again, the next year I have to choose a specialization, and then I realized that whatever specialization I'm going to choose, that will be the base of my career. And that also, it was not very intentional. I never thought about it much that what to choose. It was just that finance was not my cup of tea. Marketing was something I didn't prefer. International business didn't had much scope at that time. So I thought that the safe option is HR, to be very honest. I never gave it a thought. That was not my chosen field, or I've never thought that yes, I want to be an HR. It just randomly happened. And I got into HR and now I'm here. And it has been a beautiful journey later then. But my education was quite a roller coaster ride. But whenever I entered that field, like during graduation, I really enjoyed my graduation, the entire 3 years. And then my post-graduation also, I enjoyed everything. It was not that I was not interested in that subject and I chose it like out of nowhere. It was not like that. I was interested in that. I really liked studying those subjects, and I gave my 100% there. I secured good marks as well. But it was just that I couldn't make up my mind what to do next. And it was just, it just randomly happened. It was not a well thought plan. I learned a lot from my experiences. I made sure that whatever I'm pursuing, I'm going to take it ahead and I'm going to make my career out of it. And later I shaped my career with this foundation. So I'm pretty happy and satisfied with it. So this is how I spoke about my roller coaster or my life, one of my life experiences, what I've been through, right? The education part basically. Now next, what else we can talk about? We can also talk about our experience, good or bad experiences also, right? If you want to share some good experience, you can take up something and talk about it. If you want to share a bad experience, you can take up that also, you can talk about it. Okay. So scenario 2, I'm going to take up and I'm going to speak on it. Since childhood, my life has been very comfortable. I was in my comfort zone. I really enjoyed my childhood. My education was good and everything was very smooth. But then later after 12th, I was just thinking what to do next. And it was a small town and I always had this dream and aspiration of studying in a very good college and in big cities. So I don't know where it came from, but I really had this aspiration and this dream in my head. So I always used to tell my parents that I don't want to study here for college. I want to go somewhere else. I want to give exams and I want to qualify those exams and I want to study in good universities and good colleges and in big cities. So I always dreamt of this. So it was a very difficult part for my parents also. They were not able to decide what to do after 12th. But I think it was my determination which really made them to agree with me, and then they helped me to fill the forms and give exams, and finally I qualified in one of the universities and they sent me there. So till that time it was very smooth, but then I have to stay in a hostel. It was a new city, new place. The environment was different, the culture was different, everything was different. So I have to settle there, I have to stay there, I have to eat hostel food, I have to be on my own. There were lots of struggles. So that was also an experience in itself. I really learned to adjust with people, to interact with people, to manage my stuffs, manage my money, plan things. And it was basically a sense of responsibility in me that, I have to do well because my parents have sent me so far. They have agreed to my wishes. And that is why I have to do good. I have to make them proud. So that was a feeling which came to me. And it didn't happen overnight. It took some time, but I understood and then I started working on it. So that was a learning experience. A lot of things I learned there. I met different kinds of people. I interacted with them. I learned a lot of things from my friends, colleagues, teachers, etc. So it has both good and bad. And today I'm pretty happy thinking about things which I've overcome and learned during this phase of my life. Okay, so this is how you can talk about your experience also, or your life as well. Any one particular incident you can take up and you can talk about it, right? Your struggles, your good, your bad, anything else, right? And the last part is the conclusion. You can try to conclude also, but I think here, if you wish you want to conclude, you can do it. Otherwise, you can ignore as well, right? It's not necessary to conclude. If suppose, I've spoken about my good and bad experiences, then I'll try to probably conclude by saying experiences are not always good. It is a combination of good and bad. Good experiences make you confident, but bad experiences help you to become more confident because you have overcome that bad part of your life. So it has made you more confident, even more confident to face the challenges, the struggles of life and to overcome it. So good experience and bad experience, both are really good for us and we should learn things from them. We should not get scared. We should not try to hide ourselves from it. We should face it. And that is how life is. Okay, so in this way you can conclude also. So guys, start taking up these topics. Start thinking about your life experiences also, whether it is your education, your professional life, or anything else. Just take up anything. We all go through a lot of experiences, right? So we can take up anything and we can speak about it. Okay, so start working on it in this way and you'll see a lot of difference in your speech, in your fluency, in your confidence in 30 days. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye. Take care.